Guys, today I'm going to show you how to save money on your flower baskets. It's a secret that's worked for me for the past 3 years, and now I'm going to give you that secret. Here are my two petunia baskets that I've placed in my greenhouse. Now I know what you're saying, it looks a bit beat up. Well, these petunias are 3 years old. That's right, 3 years old, you heard it. Let's face it, buying petunias in a basket can cost you anywhere from $20 to even $80, only to have them die 2 months later in the late fall. That doesn't have to happen. You can have the same petunia basket you purchased last season and enjoy it for the next following season and beyond. These petunias, again, are 3 years old and they are still thriving. So now here's my secret. During the late fall, or when the petunia basket starts to get old and it's around 40 degrees, I store the flower pots in my garage. Most folks end up throwing away their petunias because it becomes ugly, the petals and leaves become brown, and they're left with just stems. The secret is the plant is not dead. It has just gone to sleep. As long as you protect the roots, it will come back. It has worked for me for the past 3 years, and trust and believe it will work for you. What I do is store my flower basket in an unheated garage once all the petals and leaves have fallen off and it's much cooler. If you're in a cooler climate like a zone 5 or 6, what I would suggest is put some mulch or dry leaves in the flower basket. You can also sit it under an old blanket that you're not using to protect the roots from freezing in the pot. If your garage or shed is not an option, you can keep it in your basement or a space that is not heated. You don't want to keep it in a heated space because that will encourage it to grow. And remember, these annuals are hibernating. Just remember to wrap it around with an old blanket or have something like dry leaves or mulch to protect the roots from freezing in the pot. During the colder months when it snows, I grab a handful of snow and place it in the petunia pot so it will slowly melt and keep it hydrated. I check on the plants every 2 weeks just to make sure they're okay. Also examine the soil. It will be frozen, but that doesn't mean the roots are. If the soil looks very dry, give it a smidge of water, just a smidge of water, never over water, because during the winter months, it really is hard for the water to evaporate, and that could lead to very soggy roots and your petunia being kaput, and you don't want that. So once it gets warmer and spring comes around, I move my petunia out of the garage and I move it into the greenhouse. If you don't have a greenhouse, that's okay. You can just leave it outside because the temperature is now warmer. So now it's time to baby this thing, right? And get it back to life. That's the main goal, right? So I remove any stems that are really cracked or just not going to work. But be careful not to remove all the stems because you can see right here some of the new growth is growing on the old stems. Then every 2 weeks I fertilize and I give this baby a boost. Petunias like to be in moist soil, but they don't like it to be too soggy. So remember, don't overwater. You can see that I'm doing the same method to this smaller petunia in this smaller pot. The new growth right there, and I cannot wait for it to finally blossom. It probably will have some blooms in the next couple of weeks, but I am patient. I've done this method 3 years in a row, and so far my petunia baskets keep coming back. Be aware though that each time that you do it, the amount of petunias each season gets less. But it's still pretty and it's affordable, girl. You can't beat $0 compared to what you buy for a new petunia basket, right? My next step is going to trim both baskets back to rejuvenate it, to give it a little bit more energy, to encourage more growth. Petunias do like that. I have a video that shows you step by step on how to properly trim your petunias and the results. Girl, let me tell you, it really does work by cutting these petunia back. It does encourage growth. So the next time you purchase a petunia basket and all the petals fall off and all the stems go brown, think of me and try this method. You might actually get petunias once again that you don't have to buy. Hey, it's worked for me. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel, The Determined Gardener. If you have any gardening friends out there, share this video with them. And don't forget to hit that sub button for any upcoming videos on my channel. Until next time, happy gardening, everyone. See you in the next video. Bye.